I'm reading SBR for the first time and 20 chapters in, here are my thoughts. So Gyro and Johnny just went up against the Boom Boom brothers, and that fight was further confirmation that stands are in this show. So I can pretty much guess who has a stand already. Nevertheless, the first Boom Boom brother that approached Gyro and Johnny in their peaceful, humble abode of a campout was asking for fire for the poison that was on him. And to a degree, I felt pity for him, but just like Gyro was saying, you gotta get on down somewhere because we not the ones to help you. I'm not gonna lie. If it was me, he definitely gonna have to get on down somewhere. We are in a race in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere. If you are here to kill me, I have no one to help me, and you have no one to help you. We gonna be fighting for our lives. And if I can avoid that by any means possible, I'm sorry. If you gotta be taken out, if in your eulogy was written death by poison, that's just what it is. You're going to have to take that L. We trying to survive. And we know your situation is unfortunate, but if you come closer, you will get switched out. And Gyro is right to think the way that I'm thinking, because not even 2 pages later, his brothers came as backup to jump Gyro and Johnny. Mind you, I keep thinking how Johnny is disabled, but he's able to do all this extracurricular movement. Like, bro. And as Gyro was telling Johnny to grab that blick and switch him down with that Gen 5, this man Johnny thinks it's high time to be nosy. Bro, I understand you want to look in a Gyro pass, but we are under attack. You can do that later. And with the bros having an iron stand, which significantly reminds me of Risotto, who they will never compare to, an honorable mention for sure, how could Johnny and Gyro have countered that? They definitely were fighting to the best of their ability, even so to the point of them getting away. And the getaway was so easy due to the bros having such bad and toxic chemistry with each other. They're like Zoro and Sanji before Wano. Like, that definitely would have been the end of Gyro and Johnny right there if the bros was able to have good teamwork communication skills. They couldn't clutch up the dub in Battle Royale on this one. But even in them escaping, come to find out, these Boom Boom bros were the ones who caught the 3 bodies that the sheriff had found, bro. Then proceeded to try to frame Johnny, bringing Mountain Tim in on it after a police chase after them. And then getting all 3 of them caught up together, which was W stress from the Boom Boom bros. I'm talking, they had high ground and everything. I'm surprised they didn't start building with simple edits and hitting 360 no scope. But this is also where we really see Mountain Tim talk about stands and his stand. His stand is literally a rope that's an extension of his body. Just like how people say a sword is an extension of their body, this man was the walking definition of that. Not to mention, his stand reminds me of Beach Boy, except with Tim's stand, he could disassemble himself and absorb things. And I think I like that aspect way more than I do Beach Boy, bro. Not to mention, Johnny awakened his own stand. Or did he awaken another level to the spin? Or did he do both? Because his fingers were doing palm rotations while slicing the Boom Boom bros like Destructo Disc. Speaking of the name Boom Boom Bros, it definitely reminds me of Ray's Boom Boom Room for the movie Life. If you know, you know. But I wonder what Gyro's stand is gonna be, because 1, you can't see a stand unless you have one yourself, and 2, he's Gyro. He has to have one. There is no way that they're not gonna give him one. If they do show his stand, I can't wait to see the amplification buffs that the steel ball does for him. And I can't wait to see what else we see from Johnny's stand. Because the moment this man awakened his stand, he literally couldn't walk. But he did pogo jumping when he awakened his stand. Like, okay, I know a tough foreshadowing when I see one. All this in mind moving into the next arc, knowing that the killers are dead and that they were only fulfilling a bounty put on their head, even though we don't know who the facilitator is. I still think it's Dio, because even though Dio didn't body them personally, I still think Dio was left behind, because when he was on that bridge, something had to happen. I think he was telling them what to do or how to do or what he could have been doing for them. It's just so much that it adds up. It adds up in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It only makes sense, bro. But y'all stay tuned for the next update.